Yeni bir olay var.
Missing is now being charged with their murder. Chris Watts.
Bunu hatırlıyor musunuz bu adamı? Hep beraber arkadaşlar bunu hatırlıyor musunuz? Bu şerefsizi. 2 tane çocuğunu ve karısını öldüren adam. Abi bu videoyu daha yeni işte 1 ay önce yüklemiş bu kanal. Evet 1 ay önce yüklemiş bu kanal. Diyor ki yeni şok veren detaylar bulunmuş diyor. Hiç izlemedim bilerek Ay ben var ya birçok şey buluyorum. İzlemiyorum. Sizden dolayı. Diyorum ki ya ben kendim izleyeceğimi bizimkilerle izleyeyim diyorum. O yüzden hiç izlemedim. Sizle beraber bir izleyelim. 10 dakikalık video. Bakalım ne bulmuşlar.
Who reported his wife Shanann and his daughters Bella and Celeste missing.
Bak şu gördükleriniz arkadaşlar. Şu 2 çocuğu karısını öldürdü. Başka bir kadınla beraber olabilmek için.
Is now being charged with their murders.
This is the most inhumane, vicious crime that I have handled.
Months after claiming that he was innocent, he finds himself in prison.
Take this defendant into custody and have him serve the rest of his life in the Department of Corrections.
He will never come out of prison alive.
Even though Chris pled guilty to all charges, he never officially confessed to killing his children. And it haunted the investigators that they never knew what happened.
If you're not being truthful about who took their lives, I just want the truth.
We thought we would never hear from him again, but it was actually only just beginning.
Bu yeni video. Bunu izledik eskiden de bu yeni videosu. Bir şey olmuş, yeni bir bilgiler bulmuşlar. Dat Javas ve Glock Katon bize abone oldu. Teşekkürler. Sağ ol, sizler de şahanesiniz. Warning.
Chris Watts reveals the gruesome details of the murders of his wife and daughters. The convicted killer speaks with investigators from inside his Wisconsin prison cell.
After being sentenced, Chris was taken to prison to Waupun, Wisconsin, where he's now at the Dodge Correctional Facility.
Investigators from Frederick Police Department and CBI flew to Wisconsin and tried to extract another confession from him.
Hapishaneye gitmişler. Arkadaşlar. Hapishaneye gitmişler. Hapishanede bunu tekrar bir ifade muhabbetine girmişler. Daha fazla şey bulmuşlar. Bakacağız.
We never really got to talk about that night. What happened?
It was, me and Shanann, she got home like at 2 o'clock. I felt her get in the bed, and I could kind of feel her kind of stirring around a little bit. I just had a feeling that she knew like what was going on. I don't even want to say it, I felt like I had to. I just felt like there was already something in my mind that was planted that I was going to do it, and I woke up that morning, it was going to happen, and I had no control of it. I woke her up, and it's like, hey, we just gotta talk. And just like I told her, I don't feel compatible. I don't feel like this is gonna work.
Chris wants to tell her.
Neyse orada şey diyor, eşiyle karar vermiş de onları öldüreceğini. Eşine söylemiş biz aynı kafada değiliz falan filan demiş. O kadar. Major the General. Teşekkürler abone için.
He wants a divorce and he's having an affair. That's the first time that he ever admits to Shanann that there is another woman in.
Bu öteki kızdı arkadaşlar. Bu beraber olduğu öteki kızdı beraber. Bunlar ikisi spor yapıyordu. Ama maalesef bu adam evli, 2 tane çocuğu vardı.
The picture is moments after she got home. That's when Chris gets on top of his pregnant wife and starts to strangle her.
Strangulation is a very personal form of murdering somebody.
Chris says Shanann didn't say anything. He claims she didn't fight back.
Why do you think she wasn't fighting?
Maybe she was praying. For the scripture says, don't forgive these people for they do not know what they do. Maybe she was saying that. I don't know what she was saying in her head. Did I know I was going to do that before I got on top of her? Kind of like I just saw my life just disappearing before my eyes, but it just like I couldn't let go. It was like somebody else, like if you picture somebody else around you, holding your hands, holding you, keep you, not letting go. Just gone. It was just like I didn't know what was going on. I was shaking. I didn't know what had happened.
Karısını öldürdüğü anı açıklıyor şu anda. Tamam mı? Ali Doğan bize abone oldu. Teşekkürler Ali. Karısını öldürdüğü anı söylüyor. İşte bilmiyorum işte. Hiç karısı geri kavga etmiyormuş bunu öldürdüğü anda. Dua ediyormuş. Bilmiyorum ne yaptığımı falan. Baktım öldükten sonra ben başladım işte titremeye falan. Bilmiyordum ne yapacağımı falan.
Shortly after he killed Shanann, he was pulling her off the bed with a bed sheet. And that's
Arkadaşlar bu Netflix'le alakası yok bunun. Bak tekrar söylüyorum. Son defa söylüyorum. Yeni video. Bir ay önce çıktı. Yeni bilgiler şey yapmışlar. Bunu izliyoruz. Bu bilgiler Netflix'te yok.
when his oldest daughter, Bella, walked in the room and saw what was going on.
What she said. Mom, you don't feel good.
He wrapped up Shanann's body. He took her downstairs to the garage.
Vay.
Tempted to pick her up and take her down, but I lost grip after a little while. So I didn't.
Did Bella see you do that? What was Bella saying?
She started crying a little bit. She said, "What's wrong, Mom?"
And what did you say that time?
She doesn't feel good. She's a smart girl. She knew what was going on there.
Bella watched him as he dragged his wife's body down the staircase to his truck. He loaded Shanann's body into the back of his truck, and then his two daughters
Karının cesedini arabanın arkasına
Honestly, like, I
atmış.
try to picture that whole ride, like it's like 45 minutes to an hour ride out there, and it's just like, couldn't I have like saved my girl's life? Couldn't I have done
Amerikalı
something?
çete
Why did I do
üyesi.
that? I
Abone için
don't know.
teşekkürler.
All right.
Like this is my flesh and blood. This is like what I wanted all my life, was to be a dad, just to have kids, and they love me. They, and it just nothing made sense.
he admits to taking them out to 3319.
He proceeded to dig a shallow grave for Shanann and cover her back up.
He then returns to his vehicle with his two daughters, and then he grabs Cece's favorite blanket and smothers her.
Vay. Kızı en sevdiği battaniyeyle boğuyor.
So exactly the same thing that happened to me, CC.
Vay bu çok kötü ya. Cece var ya CC. Onu öldürüyor, boğuyor. Bella öteki kız diyor ki Sese'ye yaptığını bana da mı yapacaksın baba diyor. Hadi içine çek biraz bunu. Baba kardeşime yaptığını bana da mı yapacaksın diyor.
Bella was fully aware of what just happened.
I don't know what to say. If I just said yes, like a horrible person, or if I just put that blanket over her too and did the same thing.
Allah'ım yarabbim bu şerefsiz oğlu şerefsiz. Niye hayatta ya? Niye böyle bir insan hayatta?
Like every time I close my
Sen de
eyes, I
seviyorsun.
hear her
MG
say,
Yusat,
"Yeah,
teşekkürler.
I hear that every day.
She fought for her life.
Then he took the children one at a time and he put them into the oil tanks.
Those are my kids. This is my baby. I have to talk to them every night. I don't see how this could happen. Okay. Every time I see pictures of them, I don't know how this could have happened. Being a dad was the best part of my life. I took it all away.
The details were so intricate and involved so much reality in them that I don't think he could make that up.
Because Chris first blamed Shanann for these murders, there are people who still think that he's sitting in prison as an innocent man.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd be in prison the rest of my life. But I didn't want them, that anybody had to trash her memory. Like I wanted them to know she was, she's a loving wife, she's beautiful, she always helped everybody else, all her friends, her lucas friends, everybody.
Polis bize abone ol. Teşekkürler.
I don't want anybody to take away from what she did.
I couldn't imagine a more beautiful, most amazing person for that to happen to.
I really believe that she did think she had the perfect life and she really was happy.
go through the denial and you go through the why and the how and the, like, nothing makes sense.
How do you have closure when you don't understand it?
We really need to not brush problems under the rug where they get so big and so overwhelming.
Tipine bak ya. Tipine bak bu şerefsizin.
That you can't come back from them.
Sonsuza kadar.
I did go to the funeral and it was
Upstep.
very hard. I wasn't expecting it to hit me like it did when they brought out 3 caskets, and I couldn't believe it happened.
You're not supposed to bury your children and certainly not your grandchildren. I believe the Watts family as well as the Rusek family are not together mourning, but they're certainly mourning equally.
Everybody buried their issues with one another.
It's going to be incredibly difficult for the Rusek family and the Watts family to fully heal from this or move on from it.
Ronnie and Cindy Watts, they were not ready for the impact that it was going to have upon them. This feels like it just happened every day.
And I do think that we're all 5 seconds away from choices that are going to lead us down a path to make us or break us.
Neyse
Chris
ya.
Watts.
Neyse. Buraya geçiyoruz tekrar. Şerefsiz oğul şerefsiz. İnsanın psikolojisi